This is a hella old shirt and not too relevant to season 4, but I had to bring out, I think it's the only Attack on Titan shirt I have. My boy, the Attack Titan, my boy Eren. Ooh, this is gonna be beautiful. What's up, Dapper Squad? It's your boy Darius, back at it again with Attack on Titan, the final season, episode 6, called the Warhammer Titan. Last episode was Chef's Kiss, Immaculate. I'm so curious what happened with Falco and Reiner and everything. Was Willy the Warhammer? I doubt it, because this one's called the Warhammer Titan. Like, I seriously think that shit from here on, from here until the rest of the series is just gonna be full carnage and chaos. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I am so excited. Remember, guys, if you guys want full length, entire episode in the corner with you, early access, all that jazz to this show, all the other shows I'm watching, check out that Patreon down below. If you guys want to support me, and Patreon's not really your thing, if you guys could just leave a like and a nice comment for the YouTube algorithm, it's gonna mean the world on this episode. It truly is. And if you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe to join the Dapper Squad. I welcome every single one of you. And don't forget to follow me on all my socials, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at DapperDarius. Let's not waste any more time. Hop right into this. Attack on Titan, final season, the Warhammer Titan. I don't know why I keep doing this. I'm fucking hyped. I think this might show us a little more of the Tiber family, show us who the Warhammer Titan is. I still think it's his guard, his 7-foot guard. I know he's going for the meeting. Everyone knows he's going for the meeting. But this, I wonder if this is all going according to plan. It's the only reason because, like, she's crying. They seem, maybe this was just going to be more dangerous and they... Yeah, so they just assumed. It's like a very high political figure doing a speech like this, you know, it's just only going to be dangerous. So they knew of some sort of infiltration, at least. I was gonna say, is this a part of their plan? But I would just see them as doing it as a safety precaution, but it seems like it was. So, as with any insanely high political figure doing a speech of this importance to a group of so many ambassadors and their district military, it's obvious that if anyone was going to attack, it would be right now. So that's why I thought they were just doing all of this as a safety precaution. But because they know of some sort of infiltration at least happening, they don't know the details of it yet, but because they know of the infiltration at least, they're going to assume that this is when they're going to make their move, so they're going to use any which way that they can to make it their advantage, which is like, I thought Eren got the upper hand last episode, but this is still a chess match. This is still pretty crazy. Even if they take the bait, we still lose too much. We'll okay. This is really, wow. Wow. So many will die. That's why they made the festival take place in the Liberio internment zone. But I've always thought Magath doesn't really think it's right. He's always been a conflicted person, in my opinion. I said that very foreboding, because we know what happens. True. They're gonna become the martyrs, which is totally foreseen. Wow, like I said, this is still a chess match, but this is just so well done. This is so smart. That's a good analogy to like Eren, because Eren became the devil to protect the ones he loved, and like it's another oh, with the cuts to Eren's scream. Oh my god. Oh my, how do they cut from that to the opening? Oh, no hesitation. I will not stop until my enemies are destroyed. Wow, did we lose Zofia? Wow, we lost Zofia. So all that survived, that was Udo. Udo is getting trampled. Oh, that's his head guard. Is she the Warhammer Titan? I was like a 50-50. Her sister, or his sister, I meant. I had no idea it was his sister. I lost the 50-50. I owe you guys 10 bucks. He's not giving her time to transform with the hardened brass knuckles. So they didn't tell, which makes sense because if you were to tell anyone of this plan, the conversation we just saw between Magath and Willy, then this wouldn't have gone according to plan. Like, yes, all of these people, this entire zone, all the Eldians, all the important people were all used as bait, but it was bait for the, like, man, this is like really in depth, and I'm loving it. Obviously, they wouldn't tell their people though. Oh my god, the eye popping out. Oh, that would be me. Was that the guy? Was that the guy who was hugging Zofia creepily the other episode? Cause that sucks. R.I.P. that guy. Oh, Udo's still alive, man. Oh my god. Oh, I haven't even gotten an update on Falco and Reiner yet. We have Porco and Peak. Oh, they're her Panzer squad. Ah, that's when she went and hugged him. That's why they were so shocked and she gave, wow, bro, this show. Let's fucking go, man. Let's fucking go. Oh my god, the design looks so cool. It can like create objects out of that material that it's made of. Oh wow, the versatility is nuts. And then with the anti-cannons too. Oh my god. Oh, the voice is crazy. Our boys are gonna have to, boys and girls are gonna have to come in and save the day right now. He looks so fucking calm. Oh my god, my waifu for all of days with the thunder spears or whatever those things are called. Yank off the grenade pins. Beautiful, beautiful. Let me see my wife. Oh my god, she's beautiful. Oh, right, yeah, Magath, what's up? With the combination of fucking Kenny's guns, the interior, oh my god, we have the perfect mix. Anti-human, anti-titan. Oh, I missed you so much. God, oh my god. The Titan inherited by the Tiber family and held by Willy's younger sister, Lara. Good to know. Lara Tiber. Man, I was wrong on my 50-50. Its body is encased in a white shell created by its, oh, so the whole thing is encased in, it's kind of like Gaara from Naruto. That's the whole thing is its hardening ability. It can use that same hardening ability to construct any weapon it envisions. Its warhammer, crossbow, and whip are just a few examples from its arsenal of tight. Oh my god, that is so good. That is so versatile. Holy moly. It definitely worked a part of their plan, but I don't think Eren gives a fuck at this point. He's gonna destroy the world if it means his freedom. He's gonna keep moving forward until all of his enemies are destroyed. They must, of course they knew this. They're willing to... Been a long time, Flock. Wow. Still as angry as ever. It's crazy to see where he's come, though. which also relates back to Erwin, which is why Flock is so taken by those ideals, you know? You must become the devil to defeat the devil. I'm trying to think of other examples of this. I can't really think of a specific one off the top of my head, but I think this show just epitomizes war to its fullest extent. Like, something that neither parties had full control over that happened literally 100 years ago, and then beyond that, thousands of years ago. Their issues just rained down upon this generation, and because of that, one side feels like they need to do this for a certain reason. The other side also feels like they need to do this for a certain reason. But the conflicting actions of both sides, again, just rain down their problems on future generations. Like, I think this season has made perfect examples that people, I don't know about Colt, because we haven't known him for too long. People like Falco, Gabby, Udo, Zofia, they're normal, good kids who have been brainwashed into thinking this way. But because of the circumstances of Eren and everyone else coming over here and doing this, which I can't blame them for doing, but because of them doing this, it's solidified in not really Udo and Zofia anymore, but let's say if Falco's alive, it solidifies in Falco, Gabby, Colt, everyone who survives mine, that they are the devil, and so they'll become the Erens of the next generation and the Reiners of the next generation, and then they're gonna push, and then let's say Eren wins this war for right now, his kids are gonna have to take the brunt of whatever like they do, and it's like, that's why this is really a never-ending cycle of violence and chaos, and that's why, like, I love when shows touch on this. Like Game of Thrones tried to touch on this, you know, like it's just a wheel of stuff, so I'll break the wheel, you know. It didn't end up working at the end of the show, but I'm just saying, I love this type of philosophical debate in shows, and Attack on Titan does it masterfully. Masterfully. All I have to say. See, look. Yeah. In her perspective, Udo and Zofia were good kids who have done nothing wrong, complete innocence, so now it's solidified that the Eldian devils are devils. And that sucks, because Gabby's a good girl, man. And those are the two guards who were, which people told me they're Marleyans, and so they're just cool with, you know, which I don't want to pause it again because I just paused it. I am so sorry, guys, but I just have so much to talk about. These two guards are Marleyans, which is another great example of what I was just saying. Even though they're Marleyans and they're supposed to think Eldians are the devils, you know, they technically must have known these kids for years and must have seen these kids grow up from to be potential candidates to, you know, whatever they are right now. So it's like they were so happy when Falco was able to beat Gabby, you know, like, and like I think Magath is the higher up example of these guys. Like Magath knows deep downs these Eldians, these good kids have nothing to do with the people's problems from hundreds of years ago. Same thing what Grisha said, why Grisha's father was all mad at him. He was like, me and my sister did none of that. We just wanted to go outside and walk. So it's like these guys are so caring of Gabby saying, you know, don't do this. This is a war zone. What are you doing? Don't be an idiot. Go home. You know, even though they're supposed to be like, theoretically, according to their military, they're supposed to encourage them to get out. You know, it's like, it's just conflicting morals all around, and it fucks with me. It really does. I'm sorry for talking so much, guys. Yep. And these are good dudes who just got brutally murdered right in front of her. Yeah. Oh, Connie looks fucking dope. That is so unbelievably dark. Yeah. They just made the next Eren. They literally just made the next Eren. Mikasa. I still gotta see Levi. How have I just forgotten, like, just remembered about Levi? Where's my boy at? Even though there's so much CG in this animation, it looks so good. That's why no matter how much you were crushing it, blowing it up, whatever, its body's underneath. Magath survives still, man. Oh my god. Yup, encased in that. That's so smart for the Warhammer to be able to do that. And that's so smart for Eren to be able to pick that up. Porco. Porco's now... Is Porco gonna die? Yeah, he's never been to Parody. He doesn't know. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. For what this was, for this ensuing this carnage and chaos throughout the this was an S tier episode. This was 10 out of 10 for me. This was insane. Oh my god. I talked so much throughout the episode, but there's still so much to talk about. Let me make sure I'm still recording. Imagine if I didn't record that episode. Oh, you guys would be here. Ooh, I'd rip off my nuts, something like that. But I've heard from a friend of mine specifically, but also some other people that they feel like they've done too many episodes kind of building these characters, for especially because we haven't known them since before this season, like Udo, like Zofia, like Gabby, like Colton Falco, stuff like that. But I think it all played such an important role as to the transformation scene in this episode particularly. Like, I think this episode is the epitome of war. I know I said it earlier, but this episode is the perfect, like, you obviously would need to know the context and everything building up to this to know why it is, but in my mind, you have Marley, who made an Eren. Now Eren is Marley, who just made an Eren, and Gabby and everyone else. And then Gabby might do something, you know, like, it's literally just a never-ending cycle. And I'm not an expert on this, you know, I've never taken any class on social politics, anything like that, political science, nothing. So I would not know how to break this cycle. Like, I'm not going to go into this like any sort of expert saying, oh, this is what needs to be done in order for this to stop, because, like, I don't know, you know, like, this happens to this day, like, in terms, like, it's on a much smaller scale, but it's like, let's say your best friend is beefing with someone else, so you instantly don't like that person, and then that person has a friend that you might, you know, it's like, issues can just, like, it's so easy to just say, like, I'm sorry, or be the bigger person. It's just, but where do you do that with this, when it's like, when it's life or death, when it's your people on the line? It's just so crazy. I'm literally trying to wrap my mind around it, trying to fathom and comprehend this episode, and it gets me every time. But where I was going with that is, some people have said this season has developed these characters so long and too long, to the point where they shouldn't do that. We need to hurry up and get back to our main people. But I think it did it perfectly, in which at the beginning of this show we only saw our main characters, and then we saw the Titans, and then we saw, you know, what they could do, and we got our protagonist, and then we got our antagonist. Whereas, let's say you had no idea about Eren, or let's say for some reason there was a different alternate universe of this show, where season 1 was the start of season 4, but, you know, they obviously did it different, where they weren't cutting between flashbacks, Eren, all that. If your main characters were these 4 kids, if these were your protagonists, they did the same exact thing that they did in season 1. You get to know these kids, you like them. They're like, they even are very similar to Eren in certain ways, not scared, you know, very ambitious, want to help out their people. And then boom, these people show up, just straight kill everyone they love. Udo, Zofia, their families, the 2 guards, who I made a point to say how fucking nice they were. They were nice when they theoretically should not have been nice. And I won't lie, some of you guys know this because you guys saw my tweet. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, DapperDarius, if you guys ever want any updates or anything that you want me to know, or anything. Yeah, it's just the perfect place for me. That's my main social media. I tweeted because somebody DM'd me on Discord, literally no hey, no nothing, just straight up a paragraph of spoilers of Attack on Titan. I clicked away after I saw the first spoiler, after my mind was able to process what it was. I did get spoiled on one thing though, and this episode, I'm not going to say what part of this episode hinted towards that spoiler, but I can tell I know why that led to that. I'm just gonna say that. But it's like, damn, I wish I didn't know that. But I'm just gonna leave it at that. This episode was fantastic. I loved it so much more due to the culmination of everything from seasons 1 through 3 to the beginning of this season. I made this episode just so much better, and it makes the where we're gonna go so crazy. What's gonna happen with Porco? The Warhammer Titan is insane. That fight, the CG is phenomenal. Actually, like it's really really good. Like some of it obviously looks like CG, but like I try to, let's say you watch this and then I go watch like the 2016 Berserk or whatever. It's a completely different world. I cannot watch that. This is fucking, I'll watch this 100 times. As soon as I'm done with this, uploading this, I'm gonna go watch reactions to this, you know? But Lara Tyburn, the sister, man, I knew it was either the sister, because she's the only one that with them, or the head guard. But damn, man, I wanted it to be the head guard. That sucks that it was Lara. I mean, it doesn't suck, but I wanted to be right. I like to call that I'm right, you know? But it's so smart and it's so well observed, especially after years of testing. Like thinking back on it, the most predominant transformation I can think of where we've seen it like very, very close up is like when Ymir did it in season 2. And now that I'm like thinking back on it, I'm like, oh yeah, she really did. You really do transform from your nape out, which makes sense. That's where everything's growing. But she transformed from her, which I didn't notice, which is like, damn, Eren, okay. And then for like, it's so smart. It's so smart of the Warhammer. That's like literally you can do whatever you want to the body nape of that thing and it's completely okay. But once you figure out the secret, you're completely vulnerable and it's crazy. Oh man, I don't know. It's just, this episode was fucking... Oh, and I didn't even talking about the conversation at the beginning, like Willy's sacrifice. Like, I was questioning. I was like, is this really a part of their plan? Like, is obviously if they're going to attack, it's going to be during this, so they're going to have that as a maybe, as a possibility in their mind. But the way Willy's wife was crying when he was leaving was almost like goodbye, you know, when it really was, because they were like 95% sure it was going to happen, and if they did, they would obviously eat Willy off rip, assuming he's the Warhammer Titan. So he did sacrifice himself for the betterment of what he thought was his people. So I mean, I have to commend him for that. I have to give him respect, man. Shouts out Willy. He's dead as fuck. So was a lot of, oh my god, the way Zofia died and the way Udo died, easily in my opinion one of the darkest things we've seen in the show. Like, they were just so mentally fucked by, I mean, I guess it's not, because we've seen so many people die the same way Zofia did. I guess this was just context, like what Mikasa said, like, Eren, you've done stuff today that you cannot take back. And oh my god, I just keep talking about stuff and it reminds me of other stuff. Don't even get me started on Eren. He has not screamed this entire season. He murdered countless people this episode, and Mikasa was like in her, like, Mikasa's always emotional and always in her feels when it comes to Eren. That's just how she is. But Eren was just like, yeah, you distract her, I'll eat her. Yeah, like literally dead. And it's like, I wonder if why he's dead is relating back to his conversation with Reiner last episode. Like, I blamed you for everything. I thought you were the devil, and then I came over here and I lived with you people. So maybe he like internally knows this is going nowhere. Like but it's like, it's just such a moral math equation that it's impossible for me to decipher. It's just so good though. It's so well written. Isayama is a genius. That's all I gotta say. But with that, I'm gonna end this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Dapper Squad. Make sure you leave a like. If you guys want a full length of this episode, rewatch it. You can always do that. Check out that Patreon down below. Appreciate you. Peace out, Dapper Squad.